no yawning, none of them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got my caffeine next to me still, so I'm doing all right. I got caffeine next to me. I got Coke Light. You ever heard of Coke Light? No, yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
heard of
cool.
that.
Coke Light.
Yeah, I'm chatting shit, son. But
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking. No, he said yeah, but I was like, no, I haven't.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. Okay. Where were they? This has changed. Some of this has changed. What's going
Agreed.
on? Why does it
Agreed.
look like this?
Agreed.
Oh man, why? What's happened?
Do you want me to just sing it?
Yeah, sing it, bro. This is ridiculous. Someone's
I
gone
don't
into
know
the
the,
thing.
I don't know the words. Something about, hey man, he's gonna
I
take
got
me
the body
for
that a wise
a
man.
waste, man.
Let's start, man, because I don't know. Someone's changed it. Someone's changed the back. It's all different. It's different. It's changed.
Just don't trip.
Just don't trip. Let's go. We're assuming that the intro's started and we're starting the show.
But. Let's
Come
go.
on, let's go. Let's go. No intro. We have no intro.
Oh, so we're just rolling.
We have
I
no
thought
intro.
I thought Kai
Roll
was
it,
singing.
Come
girl.
on.
I thought you were singing.
Kai
Yeah.
did say. I thought Kai was. Yeah.
I don't know the
Come
rest of the
on.
words. All I know is the first one about a waste man. That's that. Yeah, that gripped me straight away. I was thinking, wow, that's mad. I didn't know we had that type of. No, we
Yeah.
had that.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair
Let's get
dues.
it.
Fair dues.
Everyone's here.
Okay, cool. The whole gang is here. All right, welcome back to Don't Trip. This is a grown people podcast. That means we're old or older. And sometimes we sound like we're moaning, when sometimes we sound like we're arguing, but we're just talking passionately. And welcome. I am JR. Big up everyone on the Don't Trip podcast. Why is Trimzini laughing? Why is he laughing?
It's like we're moaning in her. But I hear you. Yeah.
Oh my god, he sounds like a moaning.
Sorry, I got my
That's
silly
what
hat
fans
on.
are like. All fans are moaning. All fans are like kids, and
Yeah.
the clubs are like parents. Like we don't
Oh,
really know how much money they have, but we expect them to buy what they should buy. You
That's
know what I mean?
deep.
If I want a
McDonald's.
nice bike, if I want a bike,
McDonald's.
I behave better. You know.
McDonald's
Got McDonald's at home.
hamburger. I want McDonald's.
Exactly. But anyway, introducing Tiny. Tiny, big up yourself.
Done already. Don't trip.
Don't know. Big up Cairo, singer. Debut album due to come out in the next couple of weeks.
Come on. Hey, man. You're gonna take
Exactly.
me for a waste, man.
Oh
Come on.
yeah. Trust me. We got Flowdown on the Garage remix as well. Hold tight, Trimzini. Like,
Yeah, what's up? My blessings, everyone. Sorry for no intro. Don't know what going, but
yeah,
it's yeah, it's all blessed. Let's get it.
according to the Italian
Showtime.
Daniel Esky, big up to him. And Red, let's go true.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
Evening.
Yeah, Renz is just Renz. So, and we continue. So we're gonna start off with the Premier League roundup. It was an interesting weekend this weekend. So we start off with the results. So we'll just quickly rattle through them. Interesting results in Nottingham Forest versus Brighton.
Ooh,
Man, 7-0. Like no one saw that coming.
full pump.
Yeah. And they got. I'm not going to say who scored a hat trick because that would go weird with what you just said.
All
I'm
right.
sure them fans were moaning.
And then Everton won 4-0. which must mean Leicester are terrible, because if Everton can get 4 goals, like, you are terrible. And then Newcastle, who are funny enough playing today as well in the Carabao Cup semi-final, were lost at home 2-1, which is interesting because that's the second loss at home in the last few weeks. Most recently, they lost to Bournemouth 4-1. And then you had Bournemouth playing against Liverpool, the team that we really thought was meant to disrupt and settle, potentially have an influence in the title race.
They could have
to Liverpool at home. Couple in one decision that people that was split the crowds, but hey. And then Ipswich again, even though they played someone who's shitter than them, apologies for my French, they still managed to lose 2-1 to Southampton. And then we'll say au revoir to that fixture. And then Wolves managed to beat Aston Villa. Very strange team. They beat one team one week and then they just lose to a random team the next. Very strange. And then we had Brentford lose at home 2-0. Interesting against a team under pressure, Tottenham. And then we had Man United play against Crystal Palace against their bogey team as they lost 2-0 at home. We won't go into that right now. We'll talk about it a bit later. And then Arsenal played Man City and thumped them 5-1. And we'll dig a bit deeper into that match. Yeah. And then Chelsea finished off the week with a win at West Ham. London rivals, they hate each other. And our resident Chelsea fan can confirm that. So,
What was the Blues?
Yes.
What were your thoughts on the game, Kai?
I think it was a bit fortunate. I don't think we played our best football. I don't think we have been for a little while now, but we needed a win, considering Villa lost, considering Newcastle lost, Man City lost. So we're back into 4th now. So hopefully we can build on that, get a bit of momentum, and climb back up to the title race again.
Sound confident. I like the sound of that.
Cool. One thing on that game, can you explain why one of your fans was sniffing shorts?
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. that whole situation was very confusing. One, because he still had his shirt, so I don't know why he gave his shorts. And then 2, why you would think to sniff it is crazy to me. But each to their own, you know what I mean? We don't judge. We listen and we don't judge.
No, we're judging that. We're judging that. Definitely judging that. Well, cool. All right, so let's move on swiftly. Now, Arsenal versus Man City. Very, very interesting game. Result was 5-1. There's a lot surrounding that game. Pre-game, during the game, post-game. Like, it's a lot around Arsenal, Man City. But it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on what you thought was going to happen versus what actually happened.
Anybody want to go first?
Let the Arsenal fans speak, innit? They're dying to have a. They're dying to. Can't you see Ren shaking and everything? Go on, Rens.
Well, it's a great result, but I don't think anybody expected that was going to happen. Like,
not the scoreline.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Not. Yeah, it's a big shock. Thoroughly enjoyable. But yeah, big shock. I didn't expect it. Man City always pulled something out the bag against Arsenal. Even in the last game when we drew 2-2, I don't think they deserved it, but they always managed to pull something out the bag. But
I don't think so. You lot have been dealing with them the last few times you lot have played. To be fair,
yeah, we beat them as well. But I'm just saying that, like, out of the, I can't remember how many games it is. It's not much.
They haven't beat you in like the last 4 or 5 or something like that, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Pull something out the bag where we should have won, and we
but
didn't
it
win.
ended up maybe a draw.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So just in that sense, and our previous record to these last couple of draws, or we did win one, we've lost. So, well, I definitely didn't expect it. But yeah, Arsenal, I think they had a bit of fire in their belly from the previous game where they definitely should have won. And some of the antics from some of the players like Haaland, and just even the celebration that Man City, the champions, done after drawing with Arsenal.
Okay, Babel,
So,
what's
yeah,
your thoughts, my bro?
So for me, I think like, do you mean on the result or the overall?
Overall, and then however you want to chop it
So,
up.
so
To
what's
be
the
fair,
question, you know, blood? You forget your question you asked.
No, because I asked a question about versus what did I think was going to happen versus what happened, but there was other stuff that happened, so I just was trying to clarify.
before pretty much the overall context.
Yeah. So for me, like, I thought we'd win, but I thought we'd win by 1 goal. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think we would. I think we'd create loads of chances and then just score by 1 goal, right? And defend well and keep that goal. Talking of goal, Arsenal just conceded again, so it's 2-0 and we're out the Carabao Cup. So anyway, yeah, I thought that we'd win by 1 goal. I didn't think that we would win emphatically. We looked fired up. I thought there was a lot of fire in the belly. Obviously, surrounding what happened prior to it, there was a lot of like, even though they got the draw, they mugged us. They mugged us because, like, you know, one of the things that a lot of people were talking about, why are you not going on like that? You know, with Man City, like it's just 1 win. You know, why is he celebrating like this? Blah blah blah. But we have to remember, like, you know, one, we're competitors. We lost the league to them. We're pissed off at them, right? Not only are we competitors from that aspect, but also like they beat us to they beat us to the title. We're playing a game and we were bumped by the ref, and then they nicked a goal at the end, and we felt really hard done by, and they mugged us off at the end. Like, they literally dashed the ball in someone's head. They literally told our manager to be humble, right? They told our manager to be humble. They said, Lewis Kelly, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Right? They mugged us, right? So we had to come back and show some face, and we did that, and we did it emphatically, and I'm proud of the boys. The scary thing of that was I realized we won't be able to do that again. Like, we won't replicate that. We don't go on and say, all right, we're going to do that to every team we played. We only did it to the team that mugged us. That's the only thing that I would say that I'm a bit annoyed about. But I'm proud of the way we played. What was interesting is putting the focus on Man City is that they didn't really have much. Once it went 2-1, it kind of felt like they was out of the game. You know, when it was 1-0 and then it went 1-1, it was like, wow, okay, cool, game on. Then we scored early, and it then when it went 3-1, they were out the game. Like, they weren't on it at all. And that's kind of weird. Like, there was no fire in the belly from these kind of champions. You kind of expect the professionalism to go about it a certain way, but it does look like the Man City that we used to know is no longer here.
Mm-hmm. The legs.
Interesting.
Legs.
Kai.
Man City haven't beat Arsenal since August 2023. 3 wins and 2 draws.
2 seasons, basically.
2, yeah.
So for me, I was confused how you lot worry about them so much now, bro. You get me? I think.
So what was the results? Sorry, the results you said.
Over the 3 wins and the 2 draws, what were the results? 2-2. 2-2 at the. When was that?
I think
he had a 2-2 draw.
A
1-0 draw.
A 1-0 win at yeah.
A 2-2 draw, 0-0 draw, 1-0. And I think the Community Shield was penalties or something.
Penalties is a draw then. In 90 minutes.
No, it's still a win, bro. You have to win the cup, bro. You get me?
I'm not saying it's not a win. I'm not saying it's not a win. I'm definitely not saying it's not a win. But I'm just saying
after
in a game of
90
football in 90 minutes, it was a draw.
Yeah, but it's a cup game. The cup game's not just 90 minutes.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, and I just know
So
what I
basically,
mean.
you
For
couldn't score in the 90 minutes, so you
Enough,
drew,
yeah.
and that's the reason why it went to penalties, because you were drawing, basically.
so we
Tiny,
beat
what was
them,
your
we won the game, but yeah,
yeah?
it was
Yeah.
Tiny,
we
what
didn't
so what
beat
was
them.
your what was your thoughts on the game, my bro?
I'm just what I was trying to explain is anyway.
Yeah,
I think that Arsenal's got Man City's number in it. Um, they know how to play against them in it, and
yep, yep.
I I didn't have no doubts that you lot would win. The scoreline was a bit of a mad thing. But I've been saying Man City's not firing at the moment, innit? So to catch them at the time when you did, like I said, Man United slapped them up. So you lot had to, you know them one.
No, that's what Kyra, what you
Slap them
saying?
up. What?
I'm saying, I watched my team play last City last week, yeah, and we lost. So, boy, but
Oh
then
wait, are you
again,
the
that
only ones to lose the City?
yeah, bruv, that's what we do, man. Get me 2 for 2. They have our number. How about that? That is
That's on
definitely the
keep
thing.
it keeping it real, fair.
Yeah.
It's all
Okay.
right, they got us too.
Yeah, it was something else. But I think we're going back on what Tiny said about them having their number. I think that when you actually look at the dynamics, Arsenal have a far younger team than City do. City have got to that point where some of their players just are leggy. They don't have.
Yeah, but Chelsea's team's younger than City's.
That's not. Yeah, but I'm talking about. You know. Anyway, let me land. But I think that the Arsenal team's younger. They've had consistent success. Obviously, Arsenal have come second twice over the past 2 seasons, whereas Chelsea haven't had the same success currently. Look at once the obviously the making that first mistake and then Odegaard getting that goal was made, and it was so early. I think that was a huge statement for City and already had them. Could I say quaking in their boots? Yeah, kind of. I think they realised that it's already started, and then they made another mistake afterwards, but Havertz fluffed it.
Mhm.
Um, it's definitely an issue for City. They don't, and then when Haaland scored the equalizer, Partey scored straight away. How
Yeah.
demoralizing is that to be able to see that and you'll be like, we just scored, we're back in it. We get what? How many
Yeah, that
40
that was
seconds? It bun them.
uncharacteristic
It
of
just
them.
when you get thump in your solar plex, it was like, nah, you're not all that. You're not even that. You scored, well done, but nah, you celebrated and you might as well have not celebrated. So anyway, and then obviously the rest of the team did their bit, and then the two young lads, which I'm not an Arsenal supporter, but seeing Nyashineri or whatever his name is, and Lewis Skelly, really really good to see, especially against City as well. City team, I've never seen for the past 10 years. I've never seen. This is the worst City team I've seen in 10 years. I think. I don't know if that's fair to say. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
This is the worst.
I don't know if I'd say the worst team. Maybe in terms of performances, but I don't think
They've
their
got
team is bad.
but no, but the problem is they have the same players from 10. They haven't replaced them
Yeah,
yet.
from that
Whoa,
part from
whoa, whoa,
Haaland.
whoa, whoa, whoa! From
Not
10 years
really,
ago,
but
you know, Pep
You lot are
hasn't
talking mad,
been
bro.
here 10 years. You know,
City's
I
team is
disagree.
so mad. I
you
don't
know,
know
are they
you
what
the
know
you
what?
lot,
worst?
bro. Just because
You
City have been going through a bit of bad time at the moment, yeah. Let's not deflect that the facts of the actual players that they got, because they've
Right?
got
they
a
still got
they've,
quality.
they- they've got some crazy quality players, bro.
Like
For
who?
you to say that this is the worst City team in the last 10 years, I don't
Yeah, it
think
is.
that.
That shows how good they were. You mean?
Cool.
That
No,
shows
but
how
this is
good they
good.
were
The thing is,
and
But
younger.
you can't just say because they've had a dip in form at a part of the season that this is their like how the team is. You get me? They've just
Yes,
had
I
a dip
can.
in form.
No, they haven't.
Nah, man.
That's not true. That's so not accurate.
They
I don't know
lost
what you're talking
9
about.
in
How many
11
times have they
games.
lost in Europe? How many times have they lost in the league? And you're speaking about the word dip. Dip sounds small to me. Pause.
no. So what they're
It's nothing close
experiencing,
to a dip.
right,
And I'm not
is
wrong. It is the worst City team in 10 years.
I
In
wouldn't
your
say
opinion,
Players or
it's
not.
the worst.
let's say in
Listen,
your
the worst
opinion because
performing
I'd
team,
have to look at all the City teams in the last 10 years, bro.
the worst performing team,
Has Arsenal
definitely. That's
beaten a City team like
undeniable.
that in the past 10
That's
years?
that's
It
undeniable,
doesn't matter.
right?
Arsenal's got the best team that they've had in the last 20 years. So
I think that they have.
When have you had a better team, the Arsenal
The thing
team in the
is
last?
again, this is why it's all relative, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
Well,
there's
yeah,
times that Arsenal had players that
yeah.
were world class, definitively world class. We don't have that in our team right now.
You don't
But
need to have a work.
as a
Yeah,
team, like we have gelled
better
together.
team.
We have a way of playing that is generally
Yeah,
successful,
yeah,
right? We do have these blips and moments in the season where we lose, and there are certain types of teams we struggle against. Yes,
yeah.
but like I think what Tiny's trying to say, and I kind of say like we don't want to take away from them because they still have arguably one of the best strikers in the world in Haaland. They still have the Premier League Player of the Year. All right, they still have the player that was got some of the highest amount of assists and created the most amount of chances playing their team. Not at his peak, but he's still playing for them.
He didn't even
They,
play.
I said
but
I didn't say
what's the
playing in that
so
team. I'm talking
so
about their team as a whole, right?
so,
Ah, man.
They
We're
still
bigging
have
them up and it's done. Their thing's
what?
done, man.
you
So
see
why didn't you
Liverpool
beat
last
them then?
season, yeah?
Why didn't you beat them?
You
Because
see Liverpool last
that's
season.
a
Was that the
Why
worst
classic,
didn't you?
Liverpool?
Why didn't
Chelsea.
you beat them? Do you know why you didn't beat them? Because they still have that quality and experience. It's as simple as that.
They didn't rate us. We showed them too much respect. They think Arsenal went there, didn't show them much respect. They made a few mistakes. Boom, game's done. Simple. To get
but
it's
enough
not
other
it's
teams
not
beat them. So I
yeah, because
understood on
people are
Arsenal,
figured
like enough other
they
teams beat them.
figured them out. That's what I'm saying. Teams are figuring them out. They don't have the legs. They don't have Rodri. That's it. You can just run. You
Big
can just go
facts. They
there and
don't
do
have
that.
Rodri.
You
They
can
So
go
don't
there.
get
Just
that.
Rodri's the only
No one.
one.
They don't get five with Rodri in the team.
That,
Of course not. Of
no,
course not.
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine, but it
100%.
doesn't
We
still show
agree.
like as you said
But
But
Tim, you
why
said this
Chelsea
is their
didn't beat
worst
them.
team.
Well, there's a
Chelsea
lot
Rudiger's
of
Rodri's
us
their
on this
worst
talking
team.
at the
team,
same
as you
time.
said.
Bro.
Yeah, but I know the Chelsea thing
Chelsea's
is
got the
cool.
youngest
I
team. It doesn't
understand.
show why they
No,
didn't beat them.
I know
Yeah,
that.
but
But
they don't have
Chelsea,
an experienced manager like Mikel Arteta. Do
no,
they?
it don't matter. The Chelsea game
Yeah.
and the
What do you mean? They
Arsenal
do have an
City game.
experienced manager.
No,
Chelsea
hold on,
brought
Chelsea
him on board to
Not
be a
compared to
manager.
Mikel
That's
Arteta.
experienced enough
Not
Nah.
compared to Mikel Arteta. I don't think
for
there's
one
any. There's
team. How many teams has he managed?
Who?
I'm just asking, how many teams has he managed? Is
To
that his
he,
first
Maresca
job?
or
he's
Arteta?
only he's.
Chelsea
I'm not
manager.
even trying to defend Chelsea because that's not what it is. But Mikel, respectfully, Mikel Arteta has been
No,
at
I'm just
Arsenal
asking
for
though.
yeah. You're asking what
All right, I'm just
before I
How
finish
many
asking.
the
So has
teams?
sentence?
the guy
Two
managed
teams.
any other team? He managed two
Two
teams.
He
teams.
was at Leeds.
What teams
Leicester
were
and
they?
Chelsea. Leicester and Chelsea. That's
Yeah,
it. They're the two only seasons. Before that, he was at City as assistant coach.
and as an assistant coach, how much experience is that?
Okay.
He's not. Yeah, he
Same
hasn't
as
got
Mikel
much
Arteta.
experience. No, but Mikel Arteta's had 5 seasons, 6 seasons,
And
I
assistant
think, of
manager.
it. Yeah, plus. But it don't
Right,
even.
that's
It's
what I
not
just
that.
said.
I
He's
feel
had a
we're
job
going
before.
away
He's had
from the point.
experience, right?
We're going away from the point. The point is, yeah, that Chelsea went there. Chelsea, no, yeah, Chelsea went there, and obviously they didn't show up to a point where they should have. The Arsenal game and the Chelsea City game were very similar games. They made a mistake early. You went 1-0 up. There was time to kill the game. You didn't kill it. The only difference that happened in the Arsenal game is that you guys scored again. We just sat back and thought, oh, we're a bit shook now. We're scared. And then boom. Next thing we knew, the game was gone. And then once we went 2-1 down and we had to chase it, the game was already done by them because they were controlling it and it was bad. Yeah, whereas Chelsea should have gone for them early and should have taken away the game. Arsenal didn't take away the game from them, but they did get that second goal. And then when they got that second goal, they killed the game. That was it. 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. Boom. They were the better team. So that, and they ran and they ran. They used the leg.
Team.
In my opinion, Declan Rice was the best player on the pitch because he was finding them passes. He done well for the goal that happened. Then the one that Havertz missed, he won the ball back from Kovacic. Then who I think it might have been Ranieri's goal, plays a 60-yard diag first touch, bang across the pitch. You have to play like that against City. You can't try and do this, all of that. You just have to go for the kill, and that was it. So that's why I felt like Declan Rice had a good game. For you guys,
Okay.
Thomas Partey had a good game. We didn't have that. We were shook. We went there, and then we lost because of it. And it's that simple.
Cool.
Yeah, but don't you think you lost as well because you don't have the same quality on the pitch?
No, I don't really think that. I just think that they didn't seem like they were up for it. How we just said Arsenal were up for the game because of this, that, and the other. That's how Chelsea should have been, but obviously that's personal to their team.
There's two different points that you're debating now. So we're talking about Arsenal playing against Man City, and the other point is, do they have a good squad or not? Right. So the initial point was, this is the worst team, right? And then the other point was like, oh, if it's the worst team, like, why don't you beat them? Blah blah blah. All these other things. So back to the original point, right?
Yeah.
Is that when I look at their squad, right? Their squad, we can say, do you know what? Based on what performances will always determine whether it's the worst team or not. If Man City were top of the league, we wouldn't be saying it's the worst team, right? It's not necessarily a question of quality because they have quality in their squad. They're just not performing. They went and they brought back players that are of good quality, right?
In this window?
They lost a key player and it disrupted everything, right? And yes, there's other factors which we've already discussed in other podcasts. Like, do you know what? Players are getting older. You're right. They're not as fresh as they used to be, right? But there's also injuries, right? Edison's been injured. Ruben Diaz's been injured. Ake's been injured. Rodri's been injured, right? Even De Bruyne's been in and out of injury. Jeremy Doku's injured, right? And these are all top players that have just been injured, right? It's not a question of their squad being rubbish. It's just, if you don't have enough of the quality, and on top of the fact that players are getting older, like, you are going to fall slightly behind. Do you see what I'm saying?
Doesn't that mean that their team's worse?
What? Because they're injured?
Well, they're not performing. If they're unable to perform, the players and we can only talk about who's on the pitch.
No, but we said
based on their results.
Right? But Trim, you're being a bit harsh here because they have a squad. Just because players are injured, it doesn't mean that they don't play for the team.
The squad, if they're injured, they're not part of the squad. They're injured. They can't play.
I get you. Yes, they can't play at the minute, but they're gonna return from injuries, bro. They're still part of the team.
You know what I mean? It's like saying,
where are they in the league? I just want to know that, because if we're gonna talk about facts, when was the last time you ever saw City where they are now?
Fifth
when was
or
the last
sixth
time?
or wherever they are.
Yeah, when was the last time? Because I just want to go, because a lot of us, we speak about the reality and the facts and what is this, and keeping it 100 and all of that, and we're not keeping it 100 right now. We're saying don't be harsh. Is harsh true?
Do you know what?
I want to talk about the truth.
Okay, cool. We can talk
about
that.
But you're not talking the truth, because you're saying because they're injured, they don't pay for them.
What am I lying about? What am I lying about?
Their team fit. Nah, bro. Yeah. So Liverpool must have been the worst Liverpool team I've seen last season. Then when Man United beat you lot, then
is that the last time? Is that the last time is that the lowest we've been?
I don't know.
Exactly. No. So let's get that right first before we start.
This is the worst Tottenham side we've ever seen.
In the past, what? Because I said in the last 10 years. I was pretty sure about what I said when I said it.
Yeah, man. See, I done, innit? But I feel like you see with City, this is the thing.
I would say mid-season it doesn't show that. in the middle of the season. If at the end of the season,
Well, if they win
they're
all their
6th
games
or
from now to the
7th,
end of the
yeah, I'd
season, what
agree
are you
with
gonna
you.
say?
Why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep doing this if they win all the games? You can see. You can see they're not gonna win all the games. You can see it. Why do we do this?
Bruv, you
We only
can't.
do this for Man City. Stop this, Man City. Stop this. Stop this. They're not that team. They're not that team. It's gone.
They're
That's
not.
done.
They're not
So
good.
just
They're not
So
so
good.
why are
then
we
nothing
acting
man's
like
done
it?
possible
Hey,
makes no sense.
Hey, did they
Would you
beat
say?
up? Did they beat up Chelsea?
Oh my God! If
So they're still
Southampton,
that team, blood.
if
Let's stop it.
no, Chelsea were just
If
bad.
all of us in there can't say that we slapped them
Chelsea
up,
were just
they're still
bad.
that team, blood.
Chelsea were just bad. Alright,
Okay.
cool. If can Southampton get relegated if they win all their games?
No.
No,
Okay,
but
so then
Southampton's not the
why are we
same
doing it
caliber.
for one
When
team? Why are we
Southampton's not the same
no
caliber.
no
Let's not,
yeah, but
bro.
City aren't
Southampton
the
have not
same
won the
caliber.
league how many times in a row?
Yeah,
Let's
but
not do
Oh,
City
that.
aren't that.
nah,
They're
Tiny,
not
you're
that
being
team.
harsh. Tiny,
They're
you're being
not.
Tiny, you're being harsh. You can't say that
No, they're
because
not
if
that
they do,
team.
No. You're moving mad. You're asking Southampton to do something that they've never done. That's the difference.
okay,
It's not
Man
that
City have
City.
done it, bro.
It's not that
that
same
won't.
team. It's not that team.
Yeah.
It's not. They
I'm
are
not
done.
saying I'm
They
not saying
tapped
they
out.
go in it, but
So
you're
you're
bringing
saying
up
they're
something
done.
that's
All
never
right.
happened. Southampton's never
How
gone the
done are
second half of the
Man
season
City?
and not lost.
They're not the title winning team that we think they are. They're not gonna go on this mad run
They don't even
and
have the
win
right
the next
personnel.
20 games. They
They don't
scraped
have.
through in the
Yeah.
Champions League. Why are we not looking at the signs and thinking, okay, they're not as good as they once were? They're not that title winning team that went on runs and got results and won the league 4 in a row.
Okay,
Yo,
They're
The
see,
not
they
that
just
team.
spent
mitigating factor is
more
that they
money
had
in
Rodri as well.
let's
They
they
had
take it
just
on a
spent
Rodri,
more
section.
money in January than
they
Okay,
don't have
anyone than
Rodri,
everyone last
let's
season.
let's
Yeah,
let's
and they
let's
still
flip it
don't
on
have
its head
Rodri.
then. Is a
bro, we don't
team?
know what's gonna
Are we
happen this next
saying?
half of the season.
Are we also then saying if a team is performing the best they've ever performed, that this is the best squad they've ever had in the
No,
last 10 years? Let's use that as an example.
no.
But that's the same logic, no? Like that's the
How?
same logic. If
I
if,
How?
if
didn't
I
agree with the
turn around and
last,
said
so
How?
if I turn around and said, you know what, Liverpool, you go and win the Champions League and the league right now, right? Is that the best squad you've ever had in the last 10 years?
If we won the Champions League,
If you
if
won
we
the
won,
league and the
And
Champions
the
League right
league.
now, is it the best squad you've ever had in the last 10 years?
so arguable.
It's not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not.
How could you
It's arguable.
It's
argue
not.
with your
We
own
know
logic, bro?
Mane, Firmino, Salah. Like, come on, we know that it's not right because at
No,
the
but
end of
by
the
your
day,
logic, because they win, they should be in it.
Yeah, but are we doing names as in Firmino Mane, or are we doing, bruv, they won the double Champions League and Prem?
But
but the
that's
point
how
Are
you're
we
is,
trying to
doing
talk
big,
it.
or are we
Can
just
can the
doing name
team
players?
can the team that won the league the last time beat this team, the Liverpool team? Answer that question.
what team?
Bruv, we'll
What Man
never
City?
know because they're the same players. Salah
No,
can't play against
Liverpool.
Salah.
Exactly. So it's hypothetical, and this is irritating.
But but
No,
That's
but
it's
you're the one
hypothetical.
that
But
said it's
wait,
facts,
so that's
bro.
the same thing.
no,
So is
no,
You're the
no,
one
Liverpool.
that
no,
said it's
no.
facts.
What I said wasn't
okay.
hypothetical.
How is it not
Bruv, you said
hypothetical?
that Man
What I said
City,
was
this
not
is their worst
hypothetical.
team. I said it's your
This is
opinion,
this is very very simple. All
but
all
it's
we
not
have
a
to
fact.
do. All is it a fact that this is the lowest that they've been for over 10 years?
At
Yeah,
That
that
but your
doesn't
point,
mean
logic
Is
that
it a
you're
anything
fact?
until the end of
using,
the
this is
I
season.
this is
just
the
want to know
It
first.
if
Can
it's
you
doesn't
a
stop,
mean
fact
please?
anything
right
until
Can
the
I
end
now.
of
stop
the
you, please?
season.
Can I stop you, please? The
Okay, we
logic that
can
you're
wait.
right at the
using,
point, yeah,
the
100%.
logic
Yeah,
that you're using, Vapor
yeah.
said the exact same thing, the opposite way round, and you disagreed. So if you're using the
I
same
can only
logic,
go with my way because my way makes sense to me.
so if you're going with
Fair
your
enough.
logic,
Yeah, yeah.
that means it's not fact, bro.
Right now, my opinion is that Man City are the shittest they've been in 10 years.
And that's
Okay.
all man said. And that's all man
Are
said to you
they?
in the beginning.
All
It's
right,
your
are they?
opinion. It's not a
All right,
fact.
are they? Can you answer that? Let me see if you can answer that. Are they? Are they the shittest they've been in 10 years?
I don't know.
Their results have
Yeah,
been
I'd say that too.
the results, but we're talking about
Is
their
it the
squad
worst
and
results
the
they've had in 10 years? Can
In
in
terms
anybody
the
of
answer
last
that?
results,
in the
no,
last
no.
10
But
years,
we was
Right
talking
now.
about the team. But we was
I'm
talking about
talking
the
about right
team.
now. I'm talking about right now. As a team, as Man
Yeah,
City as a
but
team,
player for player,
you're not
player for
answering my
player.
question, but it's cool.
I'm saying player for player. The team, I don't think is
Player
the
for
worst
player
team
or
they've had.
team? What's
I'm
player
saying
for
if
player?
you
Yeah.
go player for player against old Man City teams, I
Yeah.
don't think this is the worst.
Oh my, no. It has to be. It has to be. No way.
Bruv,
No
I'm
way.
not you. I have a different opinion, and that's
Nah,
fine.
it has to be the worst. Even player for player, if you do it your way, what kind of team are we talking? The Centurion team when they had like Sane and Sterling on the wings. Yo, Aguero. Nah. I don't know about
This
that
is
because
your
now
opinion,
they got
bro.
Grealish, now, they got Doku, they got Savino. These men are not big ballers like that. They're not. These not serious
Sounds
guys
like
like
you're
how
going
they
player for
were.
player instead of talking about like his
No,
accumulative.
no, that's what he said though. He said
He
player for
mentioned
player.
player for
The
player, but it
thing is,
didn't.
No,
It
I
didn't
said
point.
player
do you
for
know what?
player. I said player for player.
Hey,
Yeah.
lads, we've been on this subject for about 20 odd minutes, right? So let's
I
wrap
told
this
you
up.
lot.
We're still on Arsenal Man City. That's our first subject,
I told
okay?
you lot.
That's all right.
Man,
We
Cool.
can
wanna
just talk
talk
All right.
about that for
So,
another
so
25 minutes. We're good. It's gonna be an hour.
nah, let's not do that. Okay.
We should have
Cool.
thought about that before trying to be right.
Yeah. But the thing is where we found ourselves right now, and the reason why it's kind of brought up is that we're going around in circles. We're not even agreeing on anything. We're just going around in circles. So how about we have closing arguments and then we just finish on the topic and then we move on.
How about we just keep it moving? Transfers and rankings. Let's go.
Cool. All right, cool. So this is what we do. January transfer is done. So we're going to have a look at how each transfer looks like for different teams. I actually have a list of all the transfers for all the teams in January. But if we go around and we can talk about our own teams first, if there has been any transfers, and then we can talk about what some of the top transfers, the winners and losers in reference to the transfer market. So now looking at the table, Liverpool did no business. Arsenal did
Sorry,
no.
we did loans.
Oh yes, sorry, apologies.
It's
Chelsea,
okay.
did you do business?
Man, I can hear the
I
scratch.
just scratched his head. Mud thing.
Oh, sorry.
Script.
I thought he was talking about Liverpool. I didn't even hear me. I didn't even hear my name. Apologies.
Yeah, because you're
Oh,
scratching your head. That's loud.
yeah, it was. Yeah, boy, I'm telling you. Because I was still thinking if this was the worst City team, I'm telling you right now.
Ah,
Get out of here, bro.
got me right up. But yeah, go on.
Did you do any
But,
business?
yeah, we always do business. We love this time of year, and then in the summer
Spending
we love
money,
to like.
boy.
But yeah, we done a whole bunch of loans and stuff, and we got rid of some of the players that weren't playing, like Carney, like Chilwell. Um, we recalled Trevor Chalobah. We bought in some teenage midfielder. He's probably not going to see the pitch, I don't think. So
Mattis, right?
yeah. So we'll see.
Mattis
We'll see what happens.
Amudu. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that. Did we do anything else? Oh yeah, Zhao's gone. Yeah. Um,
Such a
Renato,
baller. They did not
Renato,
know what to do with that done.
So the
but
players that
Renato Vega gone on loan. Yeah, man, loan, very loan heavy.
yeah. So the players that are gone from Chelsea, Cesar Casadei,
Oh yeah,
Axel
and yeah.
Diasasi to
Wow.
Oh
Aston
yeah,
Villa,
yeah.
João Felix, Renato Vega, Carney Chukwuemeka, Caleb Wiley.
Yeah.
Not the Wiley that's in, yeah, not that Wiley, and Ben Chilwell to Crystal
Ben.
Palace. Now, how would you rate your window? Was it sufficient? Did
No,
it make sense? Do you think it? No.
we
What do
didn't
you?
bring in. We didn't bring in what we needed, which was well, we brought in a midfielder, but I don't think he's going to play. So we didn't bring in the midfield
Future.
reinforcement that we need, and we didn't bring in a striker because Nicholas Jackson almost has to play every game. When he's not firing, he didn't seem like he wanted to play Mark Gui, but he did play on Monday, so maybe there's a turn there. But he hasn't been playing him for the rest of the season, so it'll just be interesting to see whether he gets more minutes now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't bring in the positions that we need, so I don't think it was really. It was more getting rid of some of the players that weren't playing, We got
It's
we got a
strategic.
we got a fee for João Felix for the loan. We got a fee for Renato Vega for the loan.
Is that what
So
we're doing? Are we really doing that now?
it seems like it.
Talking about loan fees. We're talking about
That's
loan fees.
but
Like,
that's what
that's what we're
that's what
doing.
they did. Isn't it?
Is it right?
It's
I don't really
relevant to the
know.
team, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Like, for
Okay.
example, that's good is it works in the sense of Renato Vega, we bought him for 12 mil and we loaned him out for 5 mil for half a season. Okay, that's good business because you basically got half of the transfer fee. Now, with Zhao, when we bought him for 60 million in the summer, gave him a 7-year contract, and then loaned him out for 5 mil
Yeah.
6 months later. Yeah, I don't know what the process or the thinking is behind that. That doesn't make sense to me.
Chelsea don't know, bro. We've had this conversation for a while.
Yeah,
They
but
don't
the
know.
thing that is annoying is obviously we had all this depth that we like to talk about at the start of the season, and obviously we're playing 2 11s, but a lot of that depth is actually gone now. So it will be very interesting to see what happens in the latter stages of this season because we have players that are just injury prone, like Lavia, like Reece James, and I don't expect them to really stay fit. So then you're gonna have to move people around and stuff, and it just I don't know. I don't know the balance of the team right now. It's a bit scary to be honest.
Mm,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, boy, it sounds like Chelsea, like most teams, as expected. Remember, you lot spent a lot of money in the last couple of years, and even though you've managed to make some sales, you've got some dead weight, right? And that's what I always kind of spoke about, like in different groups, and even in this, like Chelsea's dead weight is problem because you've got a few players that are higher value, and you've got a few players that have just lost their value. And you're finding little ways through loan fees to kind of make that money. But what you see is very clear is like if you're not getting the money back, you can't buy, right? Um,
Mm.
but I think what most teams are doing, and that's why Man City spent so much and most other teams didn't, is they are not spending to not break PSR and they're loading up in the summer. I think most teams are going to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad strategy. I just think Chelsea, a lot of Chelsea's like billion that we spent was spent on like random youngsters, which was the bit
Yeah,
that was a bit confusing. There wasn't many big transfers that were gonna change anything very soon. So it was all on like random youngsters that haven't even touched the pitch and stuff. And then that's a bit disappointing because then everyone says labels us this £1 billion thing, £1 billion project, £1 billion this, but you're not actually seeing the £1 billion anywhere. It's not even in the team. The players that
yeah.
are playing in the team are actually the cheap transfers. Like Noni was like 30 odd, I think. Nicholas Jackson was 30 odd. There's only the two midfielders were very expensive, and Fofana was 75 mil when he was there. Other than that, I don't really see it that
Are
much.
you forgetting
Cucurella.
are you
Enzo was
forgetting someone
100.
else?
No, I said the
Ukrainian
two
bomber, a
midfielders. The
Ukrainian
two.
dynamo.
Yeah, that, but it's not up to us whether he wants to be doping or whatever. I'm not involved in that.
That's dope to hear.
You get me? So I don't know what's going on with that. It's not conclusive, innit? And you know what they say, innocent until proven guilty. So
Like
I can't say
Partey,
that he's done it. But yeah, like boy, unnamed. Actually, you know what? You know what? Let me just relax.
fair enough. Okay, cool. So Man United, you did a bit of business. Cool. How do you
Yeah,
feel about your transfer?
we got a little one, Patrick Dorgu. It looks
Mhm.
alright, decent signing. Um, got rid of a few youths. And he's on loan. Finally, the spinning top. Get
Man of
out
the
of here.
match.
He had a good game in his debut.
Amazing.
Debut.
Have loads more. Do so well so that we can sell you come the end of the season.
For about 20 mil.
Rashford. Rashford's gone to Villa on loan as well. Hopefully a good move for him. And he can revive his career there, man, because not am I going at United for you there, bro. And yeah, you've got bag of youths, so nothing for the now, but for future reference, next season or the season after.
What
I'm
do you
just
think
happy to
about
get rid of.
What do you think about Garnacho staying?
I never had a problem with him staying. He's young. He's got a lot to learn still. No problem with Garnacho. He was never an issue for me anyway. Like he's not the finished product.
Yeah.
It's gonna take him time to gain experience and stuff. And as you can see, he's confident enough to take on chances, have shots, all of that stuff. Hopefully he'll just keep improving. We need to get rid of these like the Luke Shaws. The problem with Man United is that all of our players are on high wages, bro. So to
you
sell
can't get
any
rid
of
of
these
them.
players no one's gonna be paying them these wages and they're not performing. So we have to loan them out or do these other like to showcase that they actually can do something still. Do you get me? And then once they've hopefully done well on loan, we can scrape back a bit of money. But unless we do that, we just got to either cut our losses or loan them out, man.
Rebuild.
Because it makes no sense us going out and buying. I'm happy that we didn't buy no one. You man know already.
You guys are in a very bad financial position, though. I'm hearing.
I don't care. Like personally, me, it doesn't come out of my pocket, so I couldn't give two. Yeah.
Say it. Say it with your chest.
I don't care.
How can
it doesn't affect me, and it doesn't affect. What do you mean? How do? Why would I care?
It affects you in your transfers,
bro. You not? Didn't you just listen to everything I just said?
And
we didn't spend nothing. I don't want us to spend. Get rid.
Yeah, get rid.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
I've
saying.
been telling man for the last 3 seasons.
Impacts you, bro.
Huh?
Impacts the financial health impacts you of your club. So that's why you should care. You should care.
I don't. No. I don't care, bro. My team, spend whatever you want, do whatever. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. Yeah,
okay.
I just
I agree with you not caring.
Play good football on the pitch, bro. That's all I want to see. Do you get me?
I agree with you not caring because there's nothing you can do either way. If Arsenal never spent money for
you can't sign checks.
What am I going to do about
it? If my rent is paid. Them man don't care if I eat food. Why do I care about them, bro? No, bro. Not at all.
Why are they taking Isak off?
On the transfers, yeah?
The game
they don't need him for Arsenal, blood. Like what? It's really slapped. What's it? Is it 2 still?
Rashford and Anthony do well on their loans.
2-0.
Yeah, they don't need Isak no more. Arsenal ain't scoring 4 goals, blood.
Okay, cool. Sorry, bro.
Man City they're playing against.
Nice 4. 2 + 2 is 4, bro.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, cool. Back to the transfers. What are you saying?
Is if Rashford and
Anthony.
Rashford and Anthony do well on their loans.
Then they'll go. Don't want them back.
Tiny don't want them back.
We don't want them back for. Bro, the point of them going on loan is to do up shop window,
I'm
bro.
saying Rashford and Anthony.
Yes, both.
Do you think if they do well on their loans, you don't? No matter what they do,
you don't want them
to be.
Bro, I don't care. They've had enough. Okay. I don't want them at Man United.
Do you feel like genuinely that it's?
Do I feel genuinely that it's?
No, I'm just saying that it's like the performances of Man United of late is so. No, one sec. I'm just saying the performances of late, like for a huge period. Do you think that the players are the problem? Can you hear me?
The players are definitely part of the problem. 1000%.
Hello?
Wait,
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Not this again.
Oh, he's good.
Ah.
He's good.
Anyway, the players are definitely part of the problem, yeah, because they've got to perform straight. If they don't do what they're supposed to do, like, bro, the worst bit is if all the players done their jobs, there wouldn't be no issues, bro. Them man are not doing their job. Simple as that.
Where's
Yeah.
Tremazzini?
Bro,
What's
the
this
whole thing
disappearing at?
that
Yeah, we slowly getting kicked out. It's like the
Frank.
rapture happening. Are we all like, have I not been called up? What's
Oi.
going on?
Man.
Nah.
So what's
Anyway,
it? Thanos, man. Thanos snapped his fingers, half the group
yeah,
gone.
that's mad. We're still here though. Made it. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'll speak on Arsenal's arrivals. So Arsenal had one transfer this window. And that was a loan for Marquinhos to a different club because his loan ended. So that was our busy transfer window.
Nice.
Arsenal are annoying. You know how I described the Arsenal transfer like directors? They're like, you know, when a man goes to the club, right? And man's in there posing, yeah, bottles in hand, yeah.
Oi.
Oh yeah, vibes. Not done. And then man's like, yo, we need to cut. No, wait, let me draw some gal.
What?
Bro,
That came in at the wrong time.
the 4 hours, right, when he was in the club to draw the gal, but somehow
Football, you
now
know.
conversation now. Bro,
Bro.
you're not gonna get the Chris Tiggs now. They've already been scooped by the ballers, all right? But you're there to get anything you can and you leave with nothing. And then they will blame the fact that you wanted to cut home
Oh,
early.
It was man.
That's how they are. So if you ever
okay.
go raving with someone and he says, yeah, I'm transfer director for Arsenal, just know it's gonna be a long thing at the end. He's gonna be drawing things when the rave's done. That's what they
Outside
need.
at the bus stop.
Yeah, time for me to shine. No, bro, you had all that time. What's going on? Why did we wait to the last minute to try and draw the worst girl? We were linked with Alvaro Morata, right?
Oi.
We were linked with loaning Morata, bro. What?
That guy's got all the Infinity Stones as well. All of the
to be honest, yeah, I didn't think that he was even gonna make any bids for any strikers, to be fair. Like my outlook on this Arteta striker thing, I just don't think he's interested. But
he's not going to be forced into buying someone he doesn't want. He doesn't really want. And I think the problem
I think he was forced into making these bids, like the Watkins bid, all of that stuff. I think he was forced in terms of because
yeah.
You know the backstory. That what happened?
no, wait,
right?
Yeah, it's to sell my guy, innit? To sell the other brand.
Well, what you saying, Tiny? But before I say anything,
nah, I think that was all a ruse. He knows that he wasn't gonna get Watkins for 60. And it's the fans. Obviously, to keep the fans on side, you gotta be looking like you're doing something, innit? That's what I think that bid was.
So basically, the backstory is that Arsenal only had the conversation, right, when they thought that the Boniface deal was going through and that Duran was staying. So they thought, Rod, you don't need two strikers. Let's bid. The reason why we went in so low is because we're proper stingy. And what we thought, right? This is basically the logic. What I've heard is what we thought is because Ollie Watkins is an Arsenal fan, and because you're keeping a player, you need the money. So we're gonna offer 40 mil, and you're gonna take it. But what happened is Duran deal went through. So that meant that, boy, we can't really let go of Ollie Watkins. And they also said, I watched the Ornstein event, it said 60 mil was the starting point. So that means we wouldn't even guarantee to got him for 60 mil. So realistically, there was things that we were interested in him, but I don't think he wasn't on the forefront of our mind. So it just meant like, what? He's available. Let's have a conversation and see if I can do a deal. But actually, that deal that we had on the table
Asensio thing?
Yeah,
wasn't the
Asensio
Asensio deal already done?
It wasn't done
Asensio's not
yet.
striker.
It wasn't done, but the Rashford deal was in conversation. The Asensio deal was in conversation. But the thing is João Felix, before he went to Milan, was in conversation. And if they were to lose Duran, then they would have to get enough forwards. But before, Duran wasn't going. So it was more like Arsenal are looking at someone who they think, do you know what, you can maximize getting the money for someone, at 29 years old and see if we can get a deal.
I feel like I fooled you lot, blood. He didn't want no striker. Yeah, he knew he wasn't getting Watkins for 60. I knew he wasn't getting Watkins for 60. Did he make a second bid? I didn't see one.
Well, first of all,
Villa got Rashford, they got Asensio, they got backup for all of that. They're nice. I think he's just tricking you lot, bro.
Bro, he's not on eBay making a bid, bro. It is a sporting director or a temporary sporting director, and every single one we've ever had, right? And man think that this is a farce, right? But remember, Arsenal's history, whether it be the Luis Suarez bid, whatever bid we've ever done, right? It's always on a joke thing. We always start low. It's always like
I don't know.
If they were selling,
I don't know who. I don't know who makes the final word on what you're gonna try and do to buy players, but I just think that whole striker thing, bro. I don't think you lot was ever getting a striker. January.
You know what? Do you know that we was never interested in a striker other than Sesko until Finn got injured, until Gabriel Jesus got injured. Now, the only reason we never went all out,
because he's prolific.
The only reason we never went all out is because Nweri started scoring, and he came back earlier than we expected. So realistically, we're gonna go and we're gonna spend the money that we can afford for now. But if Nweri's doing his thing, you're thinking, should we just let him come through? All right. There was a chance of us signing Naipan, which never happened. That's Sver Naipan from Norway. Right, that never materialized. But that's why it's like, well, if we manage to get that forward as well, he's an attacking mid, and where he's doing well, we don't have to go all out. Like, but for me personally, and you and everyone in this room will say, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Why don't you just go and buy the striker? We need a striker. I'm watching this game, and we need a striker.
Lost you lot the league again. He just lost you lot the league again.
I don't think so.
You think you're going to win the league?
Yeah.
No.
Think you're going to win the league?
I don't think we would have won the league if we bought a striker.
Why? I think if we had Isak,
I think you would have had a much better chance.
No, I totally agree with that.
You know why? I use this very game as an example. You know that, like, Newcastle had 2 chances, right, before they scored. The first one they scored offside. The next one they scored, right, it was a goal, right? That's the definition of just being clinical. We had 3 chances in between that one chance and their second chance, and we didn't even hit the target. That's the difference. Like at the end of the day, you see, like Liverpool, they've always had a shooter. They've always had a shooter.
Vapor, like I just said, that's why. Go on, sorry.
But the thing is what it means is, even if you don't win the league, you've always got someone that's going to take you out of a hot pickle. Someone that's going to say, boy, we give you a chance. You're going to bang one of them too, right? Wait, why are you making your face?
Cool. But now I said nothing.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's always that. And we've always had a decent team, but we've not had a shooter who's going to say, I'm going to do this myself. And the problem with the board, I wouldn't say it's definitively Arteta, because he's the only person that provides the shopping list. He's not the person with the credit card, right? The people above him are the one that...
I'm struggling to hear this, because at the end of the day, Edu left because of how much control Arteta has. So what the hell's going on?
That's rumors. Everything we know is rumors, though. Everything we know is rumors. So we don't know, but we know that every single manager.
So what you're saying is rumor as well, then, isn't it?
No. The structure for every single manager is the manager does not control the purse strings. That's a fact in every single club. The
I
manager
gotta
does
look that
not
up. I
control.
don't know.
All
Still.
he does,
I
a head
saw it on
coach,
ChatGPT. It's true. What Vapor's saying is true.
I didn't know that.
the head coach and a manager will be different. So a head coach won't even have say on thing. A manager will have say on who he signs, and the sporting
Yeah, but
directors or
he
someone.
might not say how much he's gonna spend and whatever. But he's definitely got some say in who he wants to buy and all of that
He
stuff.
provides a shopping list. This is what I want to buy. But the thing is someone else. That's why when we talk, even like, as an example, right? Negotiating a contract for a player is not down to a manager. That's why if Slot, if they're asking Slot, oh, is Salah gonna sign? That's not between me. Like if I want to keep the player, I say I want to keep the
Depends on
player,
the
but they
manager
have to negotiate.
but it depends on the manager because if you listen to loads of interviews with players and stuff, when they used to go and sit down with Alex Ferguson and Wenger and all of this stuff, they was having these conversations with the actual manager. So it must depend on
No,
the
so
actual
what
manager.
it is the manager is saying, I want you to play for me. This is my
Yeah.
project. Come
Yeah.
play for me. Right?
Yeah.
No,
And
but you
then
just said
the
that the
other
manager
side,
don't have nothing to do with it.
not with the salary. The manager goes, no, I'm going to pay you 150 bags. The manager's not saying
No,
that.
I'm saying into the talk with the player, like to
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's why sometimes a player will just want to play for that manager. They'll say, okay, cool, just make sure the deal gets done. I just want to play for that manager. But I'm saying that when you're reaching out to players, sometimes it's not about whether I want to play for that manager. Sometimes do I want to play for that club? Do I want to leave where I am? Blah blah blah. But a lot of the time, players will say, if this club has done me well, I'm going to be loyal to that club, and I'm not going to force a move. And if someone comes in for me and they're happy with it, I'm going to accept it. But it always has to. That's why, remember, personal terms always get agreed but first. They say, okay, this is my personal terms. This is what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And then a transfer will be a different thing. The personal terms will just be about, okay, cool. You know what? I want some guarantees in this. And the manager will work with the other person who's the chief negotiator. And that person will say, okay, cool, this is the problem. And their lawyers will confirm that. And then they have to go to the club and say, all right, this is the fee we want for him. And then it's like, well, I don't want to play it. That's why bare times personal greens get agreed, and they say, nah, I'm not doing it because we only want to pay 40 million, whatever. That's why there's another layer to it as well, because agents play a massive role, because there's a fee to the club and the agent fee is separate. And that's why like some deals don't go through, because the agent come in and say,
all I hear is like none of this there's nothing to do with me. If I I buy the players or don't. Either way, someone at Arsenal is taking liberties, bro. Because you need a
Why
striker.
though? Why
Why
wouldn't they buy a striker? I just want to know why they won't buy a
Someone at
striker
Arsenal is
when they
taking
know
liberties, bro.
that's the piece of the
The
puzzle.
missing piece of
That's
the
just the
puzzle is
only piece.
recruiter. Buy one.
Imagine that. You make a car, and then you refuse to put an engine in it.
Trim, you know what makes me so vexed about this Arsenal thing and these fans? They've got so much excuses for these people.
Vexed about Man
These
United.
man made them wait. Can I finish my point, please? You lot have been made wait, bro, to build a whole stadium, bro, and not spend money. And man are still scrimping and scraping now. Bro, I'll be vexed. I'll be saying, listen, you man need to buy some bomber clutch striker now.
Have you ever tried to build a yard? Do you know how much that costs? All right.
How do you feel about how Man United spent? Because they've spent money.
You waited
I'm
for
just
that.
saying, like, you're talking about a team that ain't spent money, in your opinion. How do you feel about your team that spent money?
What do you mean? Bro, what's it got to do with my
That's
team?
ambition,
I told you I don't care about my team spending. Spend it all, blood. Go broke. Bro, these clubs
Just try.
borrow off the
Just
bank
make an
and do
effort.
so much
Just make an effort.
Like,
I don't care, bro. All I want to see is my team ambition.
Like me personally,
I want to see my team with ambition. My team.
I'm just saying the passion that you're going on, and you're
what?
You're saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying, where's the ambition, bro? If I believe,
you know what?
my
In my
team,
opinion, all right. One sec.
No, let me finish though. If I believe, that my team just needs a striker, and I'm the manager,
if they want something,
bro, it's got to be one at a time, fam.
This thing ain't working.
I mean, it's delayed again.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's
Can
a
you hear him?
mistake.
This thing's going on, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, me personally, if they want, say if they wanted Isak and they knew they couldn't get Isak till the end, and they're saying, do you know what? This is going to be the final piece to our puzzle. And going to buy anyone at this point in time is going to take away half of the budget, or it's going to mess it up because you can't buy Zubimendi or whoever they're planning to buy. I don't agree with them not doing it. I think the challenge of catching Liverpool number one is ridiculously hard in how Liverpool's playing right now, and it's not just down to us. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So in a sense, like, I wouldn't go and buy some subpar person that I don't want, still don't win the league. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then I'm stuck for my future plans. So right now, like, all of this has been seen early. If Arsenal were closer, do you get what I'm trying to say? And it was 1.2 points. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I could say, yeah, maybe. Do you not mess up the plans? With all this PSR and this financial fair play, I think that it's really important. And we've seen it with a lot of other teams that, do you know what? We're going to have to figure this thing out now, nice and early, because they've seen what's happened to Everton and the other teams that's got banned and the prospect of Man City coming up. And they're saying, do you know what? I don't even want a sniff of that. Instead of risking it in this little period, just do the best that we can. And next season, we're going to do everything we can to put ourselves in the position from day one.
Amen. And you know what?
but
right to that point, go on.
No, I was just thinking to myself, if you guys had a striker, today could have been a totally different result.
100%.
But we don't,
100%.
and we're dealing with what we.
And won't. It's not even don't.
Nah,
It
but
won't.
Trim,
Arsenal will not.
I wish,
Trim.
but you know
Okay,
what?
then.
All I hear from these men is the same excuse.
What's the same excuse?
We got to save money. There's so much of
It's
them.
When did I
You know
say
how
about
much it
save
costs to
money?
build a house?
No,
You know how much it costs to build a house?
Bro, hey, Ren, is that money going towards your rent?
You're not understanding.
When did I say Arsenal have to save money?
So why do you care about what they spend, bro?
No, but you're trying to understand. The thing is we're trying to understand the thinking of the club and the process and the strategy. Because what's happened? No. But we'll use Man United as an example, right? What the problem is it feels, or Man United and Chelsea, it feels like it wasn't.
You can't use Man United as an example.
What did I do, bro?
Just let him talk.
Let me land. Right?
What did I do to get dragged into that?
Yeah, strategy.
So the point is we look at what they've done, right? We look at how you spent money, and what it's meant is that when you need to spend money, when you really need it to take you to the next level, you don't have it, right?
Okay,
so that's so important. So
can I point out the difference?
If we use a perfect example. Look at Man City. Look where they are. They lost Rodri, best Ballon d'Or winner, best DM in the world. Did they spend money on a DM?
No.
Why not? They needed one.
Because they're dunce.
They needed one, no. Okay.
And look at what happened.
You know why?
And look at what they didn't get what they needed, and now they're 12th.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying. If they think, if their strategy is to say, do you know what, in the summer we're gonna go and buy Edison from Atlanta, we're gonna buy Carlos Baliba, right? We're gonna wait it out. We're going to sell Rodri to Real Madrid or whatever, but we're not going to go and buy one right now.
Yeah.
Even though they need one, they didn't go and buy one, right? Now, the reality is when you're spending big money, right? Because all of us, none of us are millionaires, you know.
You're trying to make me forget my point, bro. Because you're dragging on for ages.
What's that?
You're trying to make me forget my point because you're going on for ages.
Come on, man.
Well, we've gone through about 4 different things since you were here. Questions, everything.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's just very difficult to understand why
did you get
we thought we needed a striker. We went for Nunes.
Sorry.
It didn't work out, but at least we tried. We made an effort.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's what Arsenal needs to do. They need to make an effort. They're not making an effort and wasted 3 seasons. They've wasted 3 seasons by not.
Listen. After they did this last season,
and there's a strategy.
After they did this last season, I'm not accepting the same mistake again the next season, bro. That's stupid. For one. For two, the reason why you can't even compare Man United in the same bracket, because Man United was buying players when we was in the Champions League winning stuff. Now we're not in the Champions League. Our wage structure is too high. That's why we're in the issues that we have. You lot's wage structure is not the same as Man United's, bro. You lot's players' wages have been low for time. It's only now that certain players are starting to get big wages, bro. So therefore, what are
That's
all of
true.
these players say? What have you been saving all of this money all this time for, bro?
I don't know where you're coming with saving. What's Arsenal's wage bill?
Bro, it's nowhere near like Man United's one.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm just asking you, what is it then? What is Arsenal's and Man United's?
Bro, all these years, yeah.
I'm asking you, what is
All
Arsenal
these
and Man
years,
United's?
all these years, bro, you lot are the ones that have been telling me about this.
I'm
You lot
asking
give
you.
players
I'm
too much
asking
money.
you.
This,
No,
that, yes or no?
I'm asking you, what is Arsenal and Man United's wage bill?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know it
So you're
off
just
the top of my
assuming
head.
then?
I'm not
Just
assuming. I
assuming.
don't know it
So
off the
what's the
top of my head.
difference? What's the rough difference between their
Bro,
wage
your
bill?
players are not getting as much wages as the Man United players. That's a fact.
Then. Okay.
You lot are the ones that have told me this, bro. Now you don't know.
Who's told you, and what figures did they give you when they told you that?
You Arsenal fans.
Who? I'm just asking, what figures
It
did they
is a
give
bit.
you?
It is a bit obvious that Man United
Bro,
players get
Man
paid more.
United's been paying mad wages for ages, bro. So you lot
I'm
to
just
compare
asking you
Arsenal
what the
to that
wage bill
is crazy
is.
to me.
Like, all right, Man United were a great team for ages. Look where they are now. So I'm just saying things change.
And what I'm saying is the reason why you can't compare your wage structure and all of that to Man United is because Man United pay out more wages. That's why we're having to loan out Rashford because he's on 350 bags a week, bro.
I asked you a
No
question earlier,
games.
yeah, and you were saying
He's on
Arsenal need to spend
350
more
bags
money.
a week at Arsenal.
Havertz or one of them and
Hey!
Bro, Man United, bro, why do you think we had to loan out Sancho to Chelsea, bro? How much you think he's on? All of
I
them men
don't
are on
know.
them high wages, bro.
You made a point earlier on where you said that Arsenal need to spend more money, right? And it's been
Yeah.
too long since they haven't done it. And I just asked you, Man United spent money. How is that going for you?
No, but my point is you've been saving money for the last 20 odd
No,
years,
I
bro.
never said anything about saving money, and it's not my
No, I'm
business. And
telling
you
you,
said,
Arsenal have been saving money for the last 20 years. So why ain't they spending this now? That's
my
what I'd be
question
vexed
is,
about.
what my question is how do you feel about how Man United are doing with them
So
actually
you're
spending?
answering my question with a question. I'm fine
Now,
with Man United spending. I told you I don't care about Man United's money,
so
bro.
why do you care about Arsenal?
What do you mean? Why do I care about Arsenal?
I'm
I'm saying
saying,
that.
like,
I'm saying, as an Arsenal fan, I don't know why you lot ain't fuming, bro. Because you're giving me excuses about, oh, we don't want to be like Man United, bro. Why ain't the players not being like Man United? Man United did it with all
who
of their
said that
players.
to you? Have I said that to you?
Fam, what are you asking me about Man United and
I'm
how
just
do I
asking
feel
you.
about them
Because
spending money?
you've got all this expectation of Arsenal, and I think you should really direct a lot more of it to Man United. But back to the
Why?
point.
I have expectations of Man
Back to the
United.
point.
And God,
Like, I don't care. I'm not in no control of it. So why should, like, you earlier on said that you don't care about the spending, yeah, because you're not in control of it. So why should I now be vexed 10 minutes later? You sound like Gary Neville. 10 minutes later in the conversation, Arsenal should be vexed or the saving. That's how I've known Arsenal to be tight with the spending from back in the day. And I said in my point
but
that
why should you be happy with it?
one sec, I said in my point that if the bigger project is to go from the summer, then I'm fine with that because the gap between us and Liverpool is big. That's
But
what I
it's not.
said.
It's 6 points.
Okay. But
6 points
that's
is
just
big.
my
That's
opinion.
2 games.
That's just my opinion.
Bro, it was 15, remember?
I said, if that's their plan, I've got no control of their plan. So what am I going to get upset over?
Is 6 points a big gap?
What was 15?
You lot was 15 points behind them before. Now
What
you're
was
6.
15?
And it
You said
hasn't
it was
even been 2
15. What
months.
was 15?
You was 15 points behind
Was
Liverpool
we?
before.
I'm not
Yes,
sure. I don't remember when that was.
just before Christmas.
I don't recall that. 15. No, I don't recall that.
Bruv, Liverpool
I have to
drew,
check it out.
lost, and I think they drew as well. And they dropped points. So you picked up the points and now you're 6 points behind them. I'm saying 6
Okay,
points is
well, I
not a
said it
big
to
gap.
you. All right, cool.
You lot think, Vapor, you think 6 points is a big gap?
I mean, to be honest, I've drifted out of this conversation, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just trying to move on to the next point, really.
All right, cool. Let's move.
Cool. So, oh well, we don't even have trim. I don't know where it is. Cool. So, anyway, like, it feels like we should kind of rattle through what the subjects were. So, things where we're looking at the European roundup and some cup competitions, including Carling Cup. Arsenal just been knocked out of the semi-final. So it'll be Liverpool and Tottenham will decide who's Newcastle's going to play. Disappointing loss, but maybe something to talk about another time. European roundup, Arsenal went through top 8 along with Aston Villa. So,
Bro.
which is happened.
Mad thing.
Yeah.
What happened? Where's everyone gone?
Don't know.
Hey, man.
Don't stop that. I'm trying to get back to where I was, but I can't even find nothing. Yeah, my phone started overheating.
Don't let them find me. Don't let them find me.
So I look it off, yeah?
Well, it feels like a great time to finish there. So,
All right, blessings.
Maybe
Well, I did say an hour, but yeah, great stuff. Awesome. Oh, well.
Hey, man.
All right, don't trip with this is
technical, so
all
catch you lot on the other side.
in a bit. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bless, subscribe, like all of them.